Welcome to the Daily Stoic Reflections, where timeless wisdom meets modern life. If you've ever wondered how Stoic philosophy can not only guide your daily choices but also help you attract the people you truly desire, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into 7 powerful Stoic principles that will transform how you approach love, relationships, and self-growth. Trust me, this video is packed with insights that could change the course of your journey, so don't skip ahead. Stay with us until the end and make sure to leave a comment below saying I'm ready to unlock the secrets of attraction and inner strength. Let's get started. The first secret: cultivate inner peace. Inner peace is the foundation of not only a calm and balanced mind but also a magnetic presence that draws others toward you. In the hustle and bustle of life, stress and challenges are inevitable. But it is how we respond to them that defines who we are and how others perceive us. Imagine being in the midst of a tense situation, perhaps a disagreement at work or an unexpected life setback. Instead of letting anger or frustration take over, you remain calm, composed, and grounded. This is the power of inner peace. When you cultivate inner peace, you're able to handle life's difficulties with grace. You don't let external circumstances dictate your emotional state. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." By focusing on controlling your reactions and maintaining a peaceful inner state, you are not only better equipped to deal with stress, but you also become a source of stability and comfort for those around you. This sense of tranquility is incredibly attractive. People are naturally drawn to those who are emotionally stable because it provides a sense of safety and security. For example, think about someone you know who always seems to be in control, regardless of the chaos happening around them. They don't react impulsively, and they don't let their emotions rule them. Instead, they exude calmness and strength. How do you feel when you're around them? You likely feel more relaxed, confident, and at ease. Now, consider the reverse: when you're around someone who is constantly stressed, anxious, or reactive, it can be draining. That kind of energy is off-putting. It creates tension and makes others feel uncomfortable. On the other hand, when you've cultivated inner peace, your presence becomes a beacon of calm. People want to be near you, to talk to you, and to share their thoughts with you because you offer a sense of emotional refuge. Your peace becomes contagious. The key here is to nurture your inner peace by practicing mindfulness, meditation, or even simple breathing exercises. It doesn't have to be a grand or time-consuming practice. Even just a few minutes a day spent in quiet reflection can make a world of difference. With consistent practice, you'll begin to notice that, over time, your reactions to stressors become more measured, and your ability to stay centered grows stronger. Cultivating inner peace isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's about creating a mental space where you can face challenges with clarity, confidence, and resilience. And when you embody that inner calm, you'll naturally attract the right people who appreciate your balanced and grounded energy. So, the next time life throws a curveball your way, remember to pause, breathe, and embrace the peace that lies within you. It's a powerful tool for not only handling stress but for becoming more approachable and magnetic to those around you. Ketuk, thank you for joining me on today's journey through Stoic wisdom. I hope these principles resonate with you and inspire you to become the best version of yourself, one who naturally attracts the love and peace they deserve. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an opportunity for growth. Remember, the path to lasting love and happiness starts within. Stay strong, stay wise, and keep reflecting. See you in the next video. The second secret: focus on self-improvement. Self-improvement is one of the most powerful tools for attracting the right people into your life. But it goes beyond merely changing your habits or learning new skills. It's about a deeper journey, one that involves self-reflection, growth, and a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus believed that true growth comes from within. They encouraged introspection and self-awareness as the path to not only living a virtuous life but also becoming an attractive and magnetic individual. When you take the time to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and values, you begin to understand who you truly are, what you stand for, and what you want to achieve in life. This process of self-examination allows you to shed old habits or mindsets that no longer serve you and embrace new, more empowering ways of thinking and acting. It's a form of continuous evolution, constantly upgrading yourself, not to impress others, but to honor your own potential and purpose. Let's consider an example. Imagine two people, one who is constantly striving to improve themselves, whether it's through learning new skills, refining their communication, or practicing kindness and empathy, and another who is stagnant, unwilling to change or grow. While both may have good qualities, it's the person who is committed to personal development that will naturally attract others. Why? Because they exude an energy of growth, ambition, and authenticity. Their actions speak to a deep-rooted desire to be better, not just for themselves, but for those around them. This journey of self-improvement also involves embracing challenges and stepping outside of your comfort zone. The more you stretch yourself and overcome obstacles, the more you build resilience and strength, traits that are inherently attractive. People are drawn to those who continuously strive for betterment because they see someone who is constantly evolving and challenging themselves, rather than settling for mediocrity. Furthermore, focusing on self-improvement doesn't mean changing who you are to meet someone else's expectations. It's about aligning your life with your core values and being true to yourself. When you are authentic and pursue what genuinely matters to you, you become a magnet for those who share similar values and passions. For instance, if you are passionate about a cause or hobby, your commitment to it will naturally attract like-minded individuals who resonate with your dedication and enthusiasm. As you continue to improve and grow, you'll also become more attuned to the needs and emotions of others. You'll develop empathy, active listening, and emotional intelligence skills that make relationships not only more meaningful but more lasting. When you can communicate effectively, understand others deeply, and offer support when needed, you naturally create a space where strong, genuine connections can flourish. Self-improvement is an ongoing process, and it's not always easy. But the rewards are profound. By committing to your personal growth, you not only enrich your own life but you also become someone others are naturally drawn to. So, if you want to attract someone who truly resonates with who you are, start by focusing on becoming the best version of yourself. Your dedication to growth and authenticity will speak volumes, and the right people will be drawn to that energy. The third secret: live in the present moment. Living in the present moment is one of the most powerful practices in Stoic philosophy, and it's also one of the most effective ways to attract the right people into your life. Too often, we find ourselves trapped in the past, replaying old memories, or consumed by worries about the future. This constant mental chatter distracts us from the here and now, and it also makes us less available to connect with others in a meaningful way. The key to deeper relationships, however, lies in being fully present in each moment. When you live in the present, you are no longer burdened by the regrets of yesterday or the anxieties of tomorrow. Instead, you focus all your energy on the person in front of you, the conversation you're having, and the experiences you're sharing. This level of attentiveness fosters real, authentic connections. Imagine being with someone who is truly present with you, someone who listens to you with complete focus, understands your emotions, and engages with you without distractions. How does that make you feel? Likely, you feel valued, heard, and understood. That's the magic of living in the present. On the flip side, when we're preoccupied with past mistakes or future uncertainties, we miss out on the richness of the current moment. We fail to notice the small details that make life beautiful: the smile on someone's face, the warmth of their voice, the subtle shift in their body language. These are the moments that create deep connections, yet they can pass us by if we aren't paying attention. Practicing mindfulness, which is essentially living in the present, allows you to engage fully with life and the people around you. It's about being aware of your surroundings, your emotions, and the people you interact with without being distracted by thoughts that pull you away from the moment. When you practice this, you naturally become more approachable and magnetic. People are drawn to those who are fully engaged because it feels like they matter, that their presence is appreciated. Moreover, living in the present moment helps reduce stress. When you're focused on the now, you stop worrying about things you can't control, like past regrets or future uncertainties. Stress often arises from overthinking, but when you embrace the present, you let go of unnecessary tension. This sense of calmness makes you more attractive and approachable because others want to be around individuals who radiate peace and confidence, not anxiety and worry. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." By focusing on what you can control, your actions, thoughts, and presence in the moment, you stop being burdened by external factors. Instead, you embody a sense of inner peace that makes you magnetic to others. Living in the present moment also allows you to appreciate life as it is, rather than constantly seeking something more or different. When you do this, you become more grounded, more centered, and more attuned to the needs of others. This awareness and connection not only reduce stress but also strengthen your relationships, making them more genuine and lasting. So, practice being present in every conversation, in every encounter, and in every aspect of your life. By doing so, you'll not only enhance your own sense of fulfillment, but you'll also become more attractive to the people you want to connect with. The power of living in the moment is transformative, and it's one of the simplest yet most profound ways to build deep, lasting relationships. The fourth secret: communicate with compassion. Effective communication is not just about speaking clearly or expressing your thoughts, it's about truly understanding and connecting with others on an emotional level. In Stoic philosophy, communication goes beyond words, it's about the intent and energy behind those words. Compassionate communication, which is at the heart of meaningful interactions, is a powerful tool for building deeper, more genuine relationships and attracting people who truly appreciate you for who you are. To communicate with compassion means to listen with empathy, to respond with kindness, and to always seek to understand before being understood. It's about putting yourself in the other person's shoes and recognizing that we all have struggles, fears, and desires that shape our actions and reactions. When you listen with compassion, you're not just hearing words, you're picking up on the emotions, the unspoken needs, and the subtle signals that others might not even realize they're sending. For example, imagine a friend comes to you with a problem. They're upset, and you can see they're struggling. A typical response might be to offer solutions or advice right away. However, a compassionate response would involve listening first, validating their feelings, and showing them that you truly understand their pain. By doing so, you give them space to express themselves fully and feel supported without judgment. In return, you foster trust, understanding, and a stronger bond. This is where Stoic wisdom shines. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us that whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself, what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This practice of self-reflection helps us approach others with empathy and humility, recognizing that we all have flaws and that no one is perfect. Compassionate communication is about embracing this shared humanity and being gentle with both others and ourselves. When you communicate with compassion, you're creating an environment where respect, understanding, and care thrive. People naturally feel drawn to those who make them feel heard and valued. It's no longer just about what you say, but how you make the other person feel. The simple act of listening attentively, without interrupting, and responding with kindness, can go a long way in building strong, lasting connections. In relationships, whether romantic, professional, or platonic, communication is the foundation of trust. And trust is what attracts others to you. People are naturally drawn to those who communicate with authenticity, sincerity, and compassion. It's not the flashy words or grand gestures that make a lasting impression, but the genuine care you show through your words and actions. Compassionate communication is magnetic because it's rooted in respect for others' feelings and a willingness to understand them deeply. Furthermore, compassionate communication is a powerful way to resolve conflicts and misunderstandings. Instead of reacting with frustration or anger, which only escalate tensions, responding with compassion helps to de-escalate situations and foster mutual respect. When both parties feel understood and valued, they're more likely to find common ground and work through challenges together. So, how can you incorporate compassionate communication into your life? Start by practicing active listening. Really focus on what the other person is saying without planning your response while they're speaking. Show empathy by acknowledging their feelings and offering support where needed. Most importantly, remember that your words have the power to heal or hurt, to build bridges or walls. Choose compassion, and watch how it transforms not only your relationships but also the way people are drawn to you. When you communicate with compassion, you attract those who appreciate you for the person you truly are, not for what you say or do in a moment of stress. It's about building deeper, more meaningful connections where both parties feel valued and understood. This is the power of compassionate communication, and it's one of the most effective ways to cultivate stronger relationships and create an atmosphere where love, trust, and respect can flourish. The fifth secret: maintain personal integrity. Personal integrity is the cornerstone of a life that attracts genuine connections and meaningful relationships. It's about staying true to your values, acting consistently with your beliefs, and living with honesty and authenticity, regardless of external pressures or temptations. In Stoic philosophy, integrity is seen as one of the highest virtues, and for good reason. When you live with integrity, you create an environment of trust and reliability, both in your relationships and in your own sense of self. And it's this trust, this consistency, that makes you truly magnetic to others. Integrity isn't just about doing what's right when people are watching, it's about aligning your actions with your core principles, even when no one is looking. It's the practice of being honest, responsible, and reliable in every aspect of your life, whether it's how you treat others, how you conduct yourself at work, or how you show up in your personal relationships. Integrity is about being authentic, letting your true self shine through, and never compromising on the things that matter most to you. For instance, think about someone you know who is always true to their word. They may not make grand gestures, but when they say they're going to do something, they follow through. You know that you can rely on them, and because of this consistency, you trust them completely. That trust creates a foundation for a strong relationship, and that person is naturally someone you're drawn to. This is the power of integrity. On the flip side, when someone's actions don't align with their words, trust begins to erode. If you've ever experienced someone breaking promises, acting inconsistently, or living in a way that contradicts what they say they believe, you know how damaging that can be. It creates confusion, insecurity, and, ultimately, a disconnect between people. Without integrity, relationships become fragile and unreliable, leaving people feeling uncertain about where they stand. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "If it is not right, do not do it, if it is not true, do not say it." This reminder encourages us to always act with honesty and integrity in every situation, regardless of the temptation to take shortcuts or bend the truth. When you maintain personal integrity, you send a clear message to others that you are someone they can trust and rely on. People are drawn to those who are genuine, who consistently live according to their values, and who treat others with respect and fairness. Integrity also builds confidence, because when you are true to yourself, you are no longer burdened by guilt or uncertainty. You can stand tall knowing that your actions reflect your inner truth. And that confidence is magnetic. It attracts people who resonate with your authenticity and who value honesty and consistency in their own lives. When you live with integrity, you become a beacon of trustworthiness and reliability, two qualities that are essential for any successful relationship. Moreover, integrity isn't just about how others perceive you, it's also about how you perceive yourself. When you act in alignment with your values, you build a deep sense of inner peace and self-respect. You know that you are living your truth, and that self-assurance radiates outward, attracting people who are on the same wavelength and appreciate your authenticity. Maintaining personal integrity is not always easy. There will be times when doing the right thing feels hard or when the pressure to conform is overwhelming. But the true strength of integrity lies in doing what is right, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. In the long run, living with integrity will always pay off by attracting the people who appreciate you for who you truly are, not just for what you can offer in the moment. So, if you want to create strong, lasting relationships and become someone others naturally gravitate toward, start by living with integrity. Be true to yourself, stay consistent in your actions, and always honor your values. It is this authenticity and reliability that will draw others in and create bonds built on trust and mutual respect. Personal integrity is the ultimate foundation for attracting love, building meaningful relationships, and living a fulfilling life. The sixth secret: exercise gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most transformative practices in Stoic philosophy, and it holds incredible power when it comes to attracting positive relationships and fostering a fulfilling life. At its core, gratitude is about appreciating what you have, rather than focusing on what you lack. When you cultivate a mindset of gratitude, you shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance, and this shift not only enhances your emotional well-being but also attracts others who resonate with your positive energy. In our modern world, it's easy to get caught up in what we don't have or what we're striving for. We often find ourselves comparing our lives to others or wishing for more, and in doing so, we forget to appreciate the blessings already present in our lives. This sense of lack and discontent creates negative energy that can push people away. On the other hand, when you practice gratitude, you choose to focus on the good, the beautiful, and the meaningful in your life. This change in focus doesn't just make you feel better, it makes you more attractive to others. Gratitude promotes emotional stability. Instead of getting caught up in frustration or disappointment, you learn to embrace each moment with a sense of appreciation. Even when faced with challenges or setbacks, you can find something to be thankful for. Whether it's a lesson learned, a moment of peace, or the support of a loved one, gratitude helps you maintain emotional balance, even in difficult times. People are naturally drawn to those who exhibit emotional stability because they create a sense of calm and safety in relationships. When you remain positive and grateful, others feel comfortable around you, knowing that they can rely on you for support and understanding. Take, for example, a person who consistently focuses on the positives in their life. Even when things aren't going as planned, they express gratitude for what they do have: their health, their loved ones, the opportunity to grow. This mindset makes them resilient in the face of adversity and emotionally attractive to others. People gravitate toward them because they radiate positivity and confidence, qualities that make relationships feel uplifting and rewarding. Additionally, practicing gratitude enhances your self-confidence. When you focus on what you've already achieved or the good things in your life, you become more secure in who you are. You stop seeking validation from external sources because you already feel rich in the things that matter most. This self-assurance makes you magnetic to others. People are naturally drawn to confident individuals because they exude a sense of inner strength and clarity. Gratitude is the foundation of this confidence, as it allows you to recognize your value and your worth. One of the best ways to cultivate gratitude is by starting a gratitude practice. Every day, take a few moments to reflect on the things you're thankful for. It could be something as simple as a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a kind word from a friend, or the beauty of nature. By regularly acknowledging the good in your life, you rewire your brain to focus on the positives, and you create a mindset of abundance. This positive outlook not only enhances your mood but also radiates outwards, attracting others who appreciate your gratitude and positivity. In relationships, gratitude is a powerful tool for deepening connections. When you express gratitude for the people in your life, whether through small gestures, heartfelt words, or acts of kindness, you make them feel valued and appreciated. This strengthens bonds and fosters an atmosphere of mutual respect and love. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel seen and cherished, and gratitude is one of the simplest and most profound ways to do this. Gratitude also helps you maintain a sense of perspective. When things don't go as planned or when challenges arise, gratitude reminds you that setbacks are just part of the journey. Instead of getting bogged down by frustration or disappointment, you focus on the lessons and opportunities that lie ahead. This ability to stay positive, no matter what life throws your way, not only builds resilience but also makes you more attractive to others who appreciate your calm, optimistic demeanor. In conclusion, exercising gratitude is not just a way to improve your emotional well-being, it's a powerful tool for building meaningful relationships and attracting people who resonate with your positive energy. When you embrace gratitude, you create a stable, confident, and emotionally rich presence that others are naturally drawn to. By focusing on the good in your life and expressing appreciation for those around you, you build a foundation of trust, love, and mutual respect, qualities that form the basis for lasting, fulfilling relationships. The seventh secret: practice humility. Humility is a powerful yet often overlooked trait in building strong, authentic relationships. In Stoic philosophy, humility isn't about thinking less of yourself, rather, it's about thinking of yourself less and recognizing the value of others. Humility enables us to connect with people on a deeper level because it removes the barriers of ego and arrogance. When you practice humility, you create an environment where mutual respect and understanding thrive, and this naturally attracts those who appreciate sincerity and authenticity. At its core, humility is about having an accurate view of oneself. It's not about downplaying your strengths or accomplishments, but about recognizing that you are not the center of the universe. Every person you meet has their own unique experiences, strengths, and perspectives to offer. By acknowledging this, you open yourself up to learning from others and embracing the richness of diverse viewpoints. When you're humble, you become more approachable because you're not trying to impress others or show off your own achievements. Instead, you create a safe space where others feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, ideas, and experiences without fear of judgment or competition. Let's think about an example. Imagine two people in a conversation. One person constantly talks about their own accomplishments, interrupts others, and tries to dominate the conversation. The other person listens attentively, shows interest in what others are saying, and acknowledges the contributions of everyone in the room. Which one do you feel more drawn to? Likely, it's the person who listens and shows respect for others. Humility allows people to feel heard and valued, which builds a stronger and more genuine connection. Humility also fosters emotional intelligence, which is key to navigating relationships with empathy and understanding. When you practice humility, you become more aware of the feelings and needs of others. You're able to put yourself in their shoes and approach situations with sensitivity and care. This makes you a better friend, partner, and colleague because you're more attuned to how your actions impact others. People are naturally drawn to those who are humble because they know that they will be treated with kindness, respect, and understanding. Moreover, humility creates an atmosphere of trust. When you're humble, you're not trying to control or manipulate others. Instead, you allow relationships to unfold naturally, based on mutual respect and shared values. This trust is essential for long-lasting connections because it builds a foundation where both parties feel safe to be themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. In relationships, humility helps you avoid unnecessary conflicts and misunderstandings. Arrogance and pride often lead to disputes because they create a sense of superiority and competition. But when you approach relationships with humility, you're more likely to accept both your own mistakes and those of others without holding grudges or harboring resentment. Humility allows you to navigate challenges with grace, offering forgiveness and understanding rather than blame and criticism. Humility also invites growth. When you acknowledge that you don't know everything and that you can always improve, you create opportunities for personal development. This mindset not only enhances your own life but also strengthens your relationships. People are drawn to those who are open to learning and growing because it shows a willingness to evolve and become better not just for themselves but for those they care about. Practicing humility doesn't mean being passive or diminishing your worth. It means having the confidence to be yourself without needing validation from others. It means being willing to admit when you're wrong and accepting help when you need it. It's about recognizing that everyone has something valuable to offer and that true strength lies in being open, receptive, and humble. So, how can you practice humility in your daily life? Start by listening more than you speak. Acknowledge the value and contributions of others without feeling the need to one-up them. Embrace feedback and criticism as opportunities for growth rather than attacks on your character. Remember that no one is perfect, including yourself, and that humility allows you to embrace your flaws while striving to improve. In conclusion, humility is a magnetic quality that attracts genuine relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. It makes you approachable, fosters trust, and creates a space where people can connect on a deeper level. When you practice humility, you become someone others can relate to, learn from, and build meaningful connections with. It's a simple yet profound way to enhance your relationships and invite more love, compassion, and understanding into your life.